I think I'm stuck. Today is my Saturday. It's not going to be very exciting. We started it off by sleeping in, which I almost regret after seeing how beautiful it was outside. My last few weekends, we have been traveling around a lot, and I have pretty much neglected keeping my van clean and organized. So today, it's chore day, and laundry is on the absolute top of that list. I only have PJs left. I'm rocking PJs today. I don't really care. They're comfy. I am, however, going to mix in one little project, and that involves coming down to my storage unit where I store my bike and picking some stuff up. I keep a storage unit here in Jackson mainly for this. That's my e-bike. I didn't want it hanging off the van all winter long, just getting destroyed by the weather. But now that I have a storage unit, it's very small, but it gets pretty full of stuff. What I specifically came here to get, and this is the project for this weekend, is these bad boys. Those are the recovery boards. After our trip up to Montana and Yellowstone, camping out in Gardner there, and almost getting stuck in the snow, I got to thinking, those traction boards aren't doing me any good sitting in a storage unit here in Jackson. If I'd gotten stuck, I'd have been screwed. So once the chores are all done, that's the project for the day. I don't know how I'm gonna mount it yet, probably just zip ties, and it's definitely gonna be somewhere up top on the driver's side of the van. Just left Ace Hardware, had to get some zip ties. $17. That's what it's like shopping in a small mountain town. Stuff like this is a pretty common occurrence around Jackson. Wildlife just walks around, not a care in the world. It is so cool. It is such an absolutely beautiful day today that we decided to do this little project up in the Bridger Teton National Forest or somewhere, and maybe do a little experiment with them too. I'm meeting up with Sebastian up here somewhere, and he gave me the awesome bad idea of getting my van stuck and then using the recovery boards to get it out. So this is either going to turn out really awesome or it's going to turn into a lot of work. All right, if you can't tell by looking behind me, no, I have not cleaned my van yet. We'll get to it eventually, but right now, this is more important. We got to figure out where we're going to put these bad boys. So my initial thought was mounting them like right here, just right on the side, easily accessible, and then putting them on like a hinge to where it folds down. It's kind of hard to do with one hand. Oh. But so where it folds down and kind of turns into a table. How nice would that be at camp? But then right as I thought this would be the perfect spot to mount these things, because then I'd have a little table outside. Flat counter space is always a premium in van life. I remembered I want to mount a ladder right here, right? And then those traction boards and the little flip out table would be inaccessible. You can buy ladders that mount like right here and come up, right? Which would be awesome. But I really like the way my roof is laid out. My box and everything is moved a little bit forward. The basket on the other side, it's lined up pretty much with the back, so it's nice and even. If the ladder is way back here, I wouldn't be able to reach anything up there. So I found a couple places that will basically custom make a ladder. It'll have a kind of a smaller mount on the bottom, kind of come up with the curve of the wheel well, and then go up kind of in the middle, right where I put my extendable ladder now, and that would be perfect. We'll see how it all shakes out. The ladders I really want to do. It's kind of low priority, but I really want to do it. I have one of those extending ladders. It is really annoying. It takes up room in the van, and it slides on the ice and snow out here, so I have to put like a blanket down to give it traction so it won't slide out on me. I don't know. It's always a work in progress. Van builds never end. Couldn't ask for a better place to be hanging out today. What an awesome day. Jeez. Little copper boy went exploring out in the woods here, and he found himself an elk leg. So he's just been chomping away at that. Yeah, it'd be so nice to have like a little table right here. All right, got to think about that. But where are we going to put it temporarily? I don't know yet. It got way too hot in the hoodie, so I had to change into the old trusty only van shirt. Until I figure out where to permanently mount them, I think they're just going to go in the roof basket. But before any of that happens, we got to go test them out, right? Sebastian came up here just in case I get a little too stuck and need to be pulled out. I think I found a little spot. At least for this test, I think it'll be fine. It may be a little deep, so I'm kind of worried about my fog lights getting ripped off, but this is, I think, where we're going to test out those boards. Right here. I think I'm going to try to drive right across here and get her stuck. All right, let's see how this goes. We got a couple avalanche shovels just in case it goes badly. And then Sebastian if it goes really badly. I think I'm stuck. Pretty sure it's the front here that's blocking me from forcing my way forward. I'm just glad I didn't hit that trailer. Now's the fun part.
Now we have to work.
But you do, I'm gonna film it.
The kids would say it's cooked.
It's cooked. Skibbity. All right, get to work, Sebastian. Faster, faster. Don't hit the bumper.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Rule number one with these things is not to spin your tires on them because you'll just melt the plastic. I'm gonna dig out a little bit from in front of this tire and shove this as far in as I can. And then do the same on the other side. Sebastian beat me to it.
You can't park here. This is pretty deep.
Yeah, it's a couple feet.
Yeah. That was perfect.
Now I think we're a little high centered, but that's okay. And like anytime you do a recover with these traction boards on really slippery surfaces, like snow or mud, you're never gonna get it in the first shot. But it worked, look at that. We are ready for round two. Copper's getting scared. He's got to get some reassurances from his best friend.
I'm using him as a hand warmer.
Yeah. All right, we got both sides set again. See, once you get it to hook, it comes right out. Now it's time to see what the damage is. I spun the tires a little bit on this, so it might be melted. Actually, it looks pretty darn good. No melting, but It's cracked.
Heard this one crack too.
Oh yeah, that
right
one's
there.
getting cracked. That's all right. Well,
They'll still work.
they'll still work.
Yeah.
They're still gonna work.
Yeah, these will definitely get you out of a bind. Look, I mean, this is a lot of snow.
Yeah, that's a couple feet of snow.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
worked.
and you get out no problem. 2 tries and you're out.
The only downside I can think of these things cracking is they're not gonna look as pretty on my hood, if that's where I mount them. It kind of sucks that the recovery boards broke the first time they were being used, but you know what? They worked. I didn't realize how late it was getting and ended up being late to a work dinner, so I had to boogie back to town. At least I had an awesome view on the way. I did get the recovery boards mounted in the roof basket. This is where they're gonna live until I either get the ladders and mount it there on the hinge, which I think is where I'll mount them permanently. Otherwise, maybe it will be on a rear bumper swing out box, but I really like the idea of having them on the side and using them as a drop down table. It sucks that these broke. I mean, they're plastic, and I drove my 9,400 pound van over top of them twice. I can't be too surprised. I'm sure I'll get a few more uses out of them before they're completely trashed. Hopefully I'll never have to use them, but either way, they're there. Thanks for following along, guys. We'll see y'all next time.